Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. I'm in my backyard this morning, kind of by my back porch, and I am doing a fun hanging basket project that I have been so looking forward to for about a year now. So a lot of the inspiration that I get comes from visiting gardens. It is probably one of my favorite things to do. I love going to visit gardens. It's why I love doing the garden tours. So I'm so happy that you all are enjoying this Sunday garden tours because I am so enjoying making them. I love going to private gardens. I love going to public gardens, and I always try and get, try and absorb a couple interesting things from each garden that I can put into my own garden, kind of make it like a tapestry of all the beautiful things that I've seen in gardens. So about a year ago, I went to Michigan on a trip to Michigan, and I went to Walter's Gardens in Zeeland, Michigan. And Walter's Gardens has a gorgeous display garden. They're mainly perennials, and one of their plant breeders, their main plant breeder's name is Hans Hansen. And he's a genius. He's super smart, and he's so good at what he does and the plants that he comes out with. And it's just so cool that Proven Winners has hooked up with him and Walter's Gardens, because that means that Proven Winners gets a lot of the really cool plants. So the plant world is full of a whole bunch of plant nerds, and I love them so much, and I'm becoming a big plant nerd myself, which I love. But whenever there's something new and interesting in the plant world, all the plant nerds unite and they get super excited about it. And it's just so much fun to kind of hear about it. And one of the new super cool things, I should say newish, it's been out for quite a few years now, but one of the new super cool things that everybody's getting super excited about are Mangave. And Hans Hansen didn't discover Mangave, he developed it. He took a liking to it, and he spent a ton of time developing thousands and thousands of different varieties. So what Mangave is actually a mix between two different plants. One of them is agave, and the other one is a plant called Manfreda that I had no idea what Manfreda was until I learned about Mangave. So agave is native to Southern California, Caribbean area. We do here in North America, we do have one type of agave that's native. It's called a century plant. The reason, I should say a drawback from agave is that agave grows so incredibly slowly. So when you see an agave, like a really big agave in someone's yard, it's like, a point of pride because it grows so slow. But they're beautiful. They have the most interesting form and shape, and they're just such a classic, South American plant. Now, on the other hand, Manfreda, which is much less well-known and much less common than agave, Manfreda grows way faster as compared to agave. So when the two were mixed, you got Mangave, which looks very similar to an agave, but it grows fast, which is awesome. I mean, relatively fast, but it grows faster than agave, which takes a very long time. So Hans Hansen, he got really excited about this development of crossing the two, and he took it to a whole nother level. So he picked out the best of the best varieties that he crossed. He crossed a whole bunch of different ones for color and form and structure and growth pattern. He picked the best ones and he put them into a collection that's called Mad About Mangave. And Proven Winners has taken on that collection because Proven Winners takes on the best of the best, and everybody in the plant world thinks the Mad About Mangave collection is the best of the best. So when I was at the Walter's Gardens display garden, one of the displays that they had were these beautiful hanging baskets that had the Mangave in them, and then it had Dichondra Silver Falls hanging off the side. And the contrast of the two, the little, the sharp, pointy, geometric form of the Mangave, and then the soft trailing of the Dichondra Silver Falls was so beautiful, and I loved it. And I I emailed them after that and I said, what were those plants that you had in those hanging baskets that looked so cool? And what they said is they were these. This is called Catch a Wave Mangave. And this one, oh my gosh, it's just so cool. So you can see that it has kind of like the same form that a lot of Mangave have. But the cool thing about this one is that the edges are wavy and kind of curled up. So the teeth, the kind, you know, the Mangave, some of them have like teeth on the edge. You can really see the teeth poke up. And then they have a beautiful kind of black spotting that's just going to get more intense with the more light that I give it. So that's what Walter's Gardens had. They had these hanging baskets all around a gazebo. You know, I hope I know I have a photo of it or a video of it. I'll find it. And I've been waiting for a year to do it. So here's my back porch where I'm working today. And basically, if you see, I have 6 posts. And so in between 6 posts is 5 gaps. And so what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to hang each basket. I have 3 of them, and I have 3 Catch a Wave Mangave right there. I'm planning to hang 1 right here, skip this, 1 right here, skip this, and then 1 right over here, which is going to be perfect because right here is where the wood burning hot tub is going to go. And I am going to take that wasp catcher out trap because it looks so bad, but it's necessary. So I'm going to hang them in between. Obviously, once I hang them, we're not going to be able to walk out that area. But if you can see right here, this is where we're going to get on and off the deck to go over to the hot tub. And then we use this spot right here, right next to the door all the time to come down and go out to the garage and the yard and my office and all that kind of stuff. So I think it'll be perfect to hang them here, here, and here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and hook them up to drip. I have this inline drip emitter tubing that has holes or emitters every 6 inches. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a circle of the emitter tubing in here so that it will get to the Dichondra Silver Falls, but it won't be immediately right next to the Mangave. And then what I'm going to do, kind of Jason's technique, where he ran the drip emitter tubing up. He did it over at the Vigo Garden Beds. And I'm going to run it up and then bring it over down into the hanging basket. I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm going to try. And honestly, I'm not too worried about these getting too much water because 1, these baskets are huge. So there's going to be like a good reservoir, and 2, both of these plants can handle like kind of drought conditions. So I'm not too worried about it. Now, if you're planting up hanging baskets with plants that need more consistent water than these plants that I have right here, there are a couple things that you can do, a couple tips that can help you conserve water in the hanging baskets. The first one is to actually cut out a piece of plastic. You can do like a garbage bag, or you can do like leftover compost bags like there. Cut out a circle piece of plastic and poke drainage holes in them. And then you can put that piece of plastic down into the hanging basket, and that will help you keep some water in and not let it evaporate as quickly, not let it drain out as quickly. The other recommendation that people have is that you actually take a plant saucer and you put the saucer right down into here. That's going to catch some of the water. And so it's just kind of like a little reservoir for plants that need a little bit more consistent moisture, because hanging baskets do dry out super, super fast. Okay, so I have 3 of the hanging baskets. I have a whole flat of Dichondra Silver Falls. So basically I'm going to have this much for each basket, which I think is going to be beautiful. I have 3 of the Catch a Wave Mangave. I'll show you a little closer look. Look at that. Isn't that just the coolest, prettiest thing? I just think it's so interesting. And I do have to say, these have been on my front porch and I have not watered them for like 2 or 3 weeks and they still look fine. So they're pretty cool. I have some potting soil that I'm going to use in this. I have my, my 1/4-inch drip irrigation that I'm going to put, like I said, in a circle. And then here's my drip box. I'm going to take one of these T's and I'm going to hook the emitter tubing into a circle, and then I will connect with just regular spaghetti tubing onto this, bring it out and over all the way down here. And then I do have some 5/8 inch tubing that Jason installed right here, which is what I'm going to hook my purple hyacinth bean up to. So it's just convenient that I already have it right here. I love them. I still got to clean up, but I love them. Look at how good that looks. What do you think, Jason?
It looks really nice.
You like it?
I do. They look good. They fit well here.
Yeah. So I already put in the emitter tubing. I put it in a circle, you can see there. Then Jason's sticking the non-emitter tubing, just the regular spaghetti tubing. He connected it onto the T, and now he's going to bring it up the chains.
I'm going to wrap it around the chain like so.
Perfect.
Right?
Yep.
Good. And up and over, and yeah.
We should get some zip ties to zip tie it to the chain.
That's a good idea.
Wouldn't that look nice? Don't we have little black zip ties?
Probably somewhere.
Okay, I'll see if I can find them.
I'm going to try to spiral it, but zip tie will look...
No, spiral will probably twist it too much. Zip tie will be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to go look for those.
Okay.
So I was able to find exactly one of the black zip ties, these guys right here. I know I have a huge pack somewhere. I just can't find it. But I do have all these twisty ties right here that I've saved for tying up plants. So I think I'm just going to cut these in half and use them. I'm still going to look for more of the zip ties though. Okay, it's actually a couple hours later. Jason and I made the decision that these little twisty ties were going to be kind of like janky, and we wanted it to look really nice since it's kind of front and center, you know, on our back deck, and we're going to be spending a lot of time out here. So I ran to the garden center and I ended up getting the zip ties, 4-inch zip ties. They're just tiny little black ones, which I think is going to be really pretty. And then I got these, they're called coaxial staples. They're basically what you use to tack like wires and stuff onto the wall. So these should work. I got the 1/4 inch one, so hopefully that should work, even though that 1/4 inch might mean it's a 1/4 inch nail. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, we're gonna try and get these to work. If these don't work, I got these double pointed tacks. Can you guys see those? So we'll figure out some way to get the drip irrigation onto here and make it look really nice and clean. I mean, the good thing is that it's black and our posts are black, so it's going to tie in really, really well. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. Okay, so we just ran the drip irrigation and it is working. So we are in business. I don't have to do anything to these from now on.
Yeah,
isn't that cool?
not supposed to be.
I know. See, we're so responsible. So let's see if I can show. Yeah, there we go. Can you see that right there? See, it's dripping down. So these are gonna get plenty of water. The Mangave is gonna grow. It's gonna look like these crazy, like octopus. It's gonna be amazing. I love it. The other cool thing about these baskets is they're perennial. The whole thing is a perennial for me. So I can just basically leave these here. Maybe when we have like a frost, planned, I'll come and I'll wrap them with some harvest guard. But otherwise I can just leave these here and let them grow and grow and grow. That's gonna be so cool. Anyway, so looks pretty neat. I'm happy with this project. I'm glad I had Jason's help. I hope you all enjoyed this and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.